Can't Wait for Christmas is a proud member of the Christmas Podcast Network. Check out all the shows on the network at ChristmasPodcastNetwork.com.
Hey, buddy, what you doing?
Is it Christmas yet?
No, sorry, not yet.
I can't wait for Christmas.
Yeah, I can't wait for Christmas either. In fact, let's celebrate now.
Welcome to the Can't Wait for Christmas podcast.
It's July 23rd, 2020, and that means there's 5 months left until Christmas. Today on the show, we're celebrating our 5th anniversary with a listener special featuring actual listeners. Not emails, not comments, but actual bona fide listeners dropped by the Christmas Cave for a conversation about Christmas desires, Christmas movies, Christmas songs, the joy of giving, and more. We've also got the next chapter in our made-for-podcast Christmas movie, A Bomb for Christmas. Okay, let's start the show. Happy Christmas in July, and welcome, Yule Believers, to this historic 5th anniversary episode of the Can't Wait for Christmas podcast. Who knew 5 years ago we'd still be at it half a decade later? But here we are. We've talked a lot of Christmas and made a lot of friends over the past 5 years, and we're going to get to hear from some of those friends directly in just a little bit. But we're going to switch up the order today and start with the next chapter of A Bomb for Christmas. So the first 2 chapters were on episodes 66 and 68. But just a brief recap, Holly is a police detective in Seattle who's just been pulled off a big case and sent home to the quaint little town of Port Caldwell, where her estranged husband is the lead sponsor of the town's big Christmas festival. And that's kind of where we left off. Now, keep your ears open for a surprise celebrity cameo as we drop in on Act 3 of A Bomb for Christmas. Exterior, Port Caldwell Square Day. The camera pans down to the Port Caldwell Christmas Festival. A crowd has gathered in front of the entrance. There's a big red and white striped Christmas ribbon stretched across the entrance, and Bobby, George, and Mayor DeLeo stand in front of the ribbon with a giant pair of scissors. The camera pans over to TV news reporter Gern.
Good morning, everyone. It's Christmas Eve, so you know what that means. It's time for the annual Port Caldwell Christmas Festival. We are just moments away from the start of this beloved Christmas tradition, as Mayor Candace DeLeo is about to cut the ribbon, with head of festival George Walker and the festival's main sponsor and owner of the High Marks Tavern, Bobby McTiernan. It looks like they're ready to start now.
The Port Caldwell Christmas Festival has been a tradition for as long as I can remember. It celebrates the best in us, our families, of this wonderful Christmas season, and of all of Port Caldwell. And it seems like it just gets better and more magical every year. I think you'll find this year will be no exception, thanks to the hard work of George here.
Thank you, Mayor DeLeo. But I'll be honest, I've had it pretty easy this year thanks to the young man right here. He's been more than just the festival's main sponsor. He's been instrumental in planning everything you'll see and hear today, including our special guest for the tree lighting this evening, which you won't want to miss. So be sure to meet us at the tree at 5 p.m. tonight. Now, I'll turn it over to the man who makes the holidays happen, Bobby.
Thank you, George. It's been my pleasure to be part of the festival this year. But these folks don't want to hear us yapping. They want to get inside and experience the magic of Christmas for themselves. So what do you say we cut this ribbon? Ready? 1, 2, 3...
They cut the ribbon with the huge scissors.
Welcome to the Port Caldwell Christmas Festival.
The crowd rushes inside as the band starts to play. The camera cuts to the point of view of the news camera filming Gern.
And there it is. The festival is officially open. Get on down here for a day of food, music, crafts, games, and who could that mystery guest be for the tree light? We'll just have to wait and see. I'll be checking in all day, but now I'm going to throw it back to Jax and Shawl in the studio. From the Port Caldwell Christmas Festival, This is Gern Blanston, Channel 9 Action News.
Cut back to the entrance where Mayor, George, and Bobby are standing to the side as the excited festival goers file in.
Everything looks great this year, fellas.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm pretty proud of what we put together this year. My only worry is how we're going to top it next year.
Well, let's hold off worrying about next year. We're less than 2 minutes into this year's festival.
Right you are, Bobby. Well, I'm sure you have a lot to do, so I'll leave you to it. And I'll go get some of Betty's hot cocoa.
Actually, I'll join you. I want to make sure she's all set for the gingerbread house decorating contest.
And I'm going to
Bobby is interrupted by his phone ringing.
answer this call, apparently.
Mayor and George walk away as Bobby puts his phone to his ear and a mysterious Russian voice crackles through the speaker.
Hello, old friend. Congratulations. You have done your job so well.
Exterior, Festival Marketplace, day. Holly is walking through the marketplace, checking out all the handcrafted decorations and gifts on display. Alana walks up beside her.
Hey, Holly, enjoying the festival?
Hey, Alana. I am indeed.
And yet, I get the sense you're miles away from here right now.
That obvious?
Either my security instincts or women's intuition. Take your pick.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of a big case. Well, I was.
What happened? Doesn't seem like you solved it.
I got taken off the case. Put on a non-voluntary Christmas vacation.
But I'm guessing you can't quite let it go.
I just feel like I'm really close to the answer. I just don't know what it is.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I don't mean to bring my cop drama to this lovely day.
Don't worry. I get it. I know what it's like when you care so much about something and it's taken from you. It can drive you nuts. If you need someone to bounce things off of for the case...
I appreciate it, but I don't think I should really talk about it. Besides, shouldn't you be busy with tonight's mystery guest?
Nah, he's holed up in his hotel room.
All day?
Yep, doesn't want to ruin the surprise. He'll stay in his room until it's time for the tree lighting tonight. Then I'll escort him over to the tree.
So it looks like we both have some free time today.
Yeah, unless there's some sort of security threat here, which I'm told is highly unlikely.
I don't know. Mrs. Powell and Mrs. Ellis might come to blows over the ornament they're both trying to buy. Need me to call my captain and get the SWAT down here?
I don't know. Would they get here in time? Those two old ladies would probably tear down half the festival in seconds.
Oh, guess it's up to you then.
Can I call on you for backup?
Oh, sorry. I'm on vacation.
Want to grab a frosty hot cocoa?
Wait, is it frosty or is it hot?
It's hot cocoa, but it's dialed up to 11. It's got whipped cream, sprinkles, a candy cane, and a snowman made out of marshmallows.
I see. Hence the name, Frosty.
Exactly. Wait, how do you not know about this? Didn't you grow up here? Haven't you been attending this festival every year?
Not since high school.
But this town is famous for this event. Every Christmas, people come from all over just to be here.
Yeah, I just never really have time for Christmas. I've always been working.
Well, word of advice. You gotta take some time and enjoy your life outside your job. Because one day that job will be over. And will you look back and say, oh, I wish I'd worked more? Or, oh, I wish I'd had a few more frosty hot cocos at the Christmas festival.
Well, you've definitely sold me on a frosty hot cocoa. Let's go.
Exterior, Christmas Marketplace, day. George is walking through the crowd looking around feverishly. He sees Holly and Alana and rushes over to them.
Holly, Alana, do you know where Bobby is?
Wasn't he with you?
No, we split up after the ribbon cutting and I haven't seen him since. Don't know what we're going to do. The gingerbread house decorating contest is supposed to start soon. Betty has the coffee shop all set up.
Take it easy, George. I'll call him now.
Holly puts the phone to her ear.
I already tried. It just goes straight to voicemail. Betty's going to be so disappointed. I mean, the contestants. Well, everyone.
George, you've been the head of festival for years. Surely you can handle the gingerbread house contest.
I just want it to go perfectly. I don't want to let Betty down. I mean the festival. I don't want to let the festival down.
You'll be just fine, George.
Holly takes the phone from her ear.
It went straight to voicemail for me, too.
Maybe he's in the festival office. That place is a cell phone dead zone. I can go see if he's over there.
No, I'll go. I think George may need a security escort back to Betty's.
It's really no problem. I can just run right over.
Don't worry about it. I can get Bobby, and if any security issues like Mrs. Powell and Mrs. Ellis come up, you'll be right there to handle them. See you in a bit.
Holly jogs off in the direction of the festival office.
Wait, what's wrong with Mrs. Powell and Mrs. Ellis?
Exterior, Port Caldwell Streets, day. As Holly is walking through the streets, her phone rings. Without looking, she puts it to her ear.
Bobby?
No, it's me, Tracy.
Oh, hey. I don't suppose you're calling with an early Christmas present for me.
Interior, police station, day. Tracy is at her desk, on the phone. As the conversation continues, the camera cuts back and forth between the two locations.
Sadly, it's more like 2 lumps of coal.
Darn. And I thought I'd be on the good list this year.
Speaking of lists, I did what you said and looked into people of Russian descent who lost money betting on that Seattle-San Francisco game. And this list has got to be as long as Santa's naughty list. No joke. There's this guy in Tacoma who had to sell his house, a lady in Bremerton who had to sell thousands of dollars worth of diamond jewelry. Oh, and you know that restaurant a couple blocks from the station that closed a few months back? Apparently, the owner had bet against Seattle and lost big time. And honestly, that's just scratching the surface.
I thought I was onto something.
You may have been, but it's like looking for a needle in a very large haystack.
Were you able to get a hold of the translation of that Russian note we found in Tirapelli's?
Yeah, that's the other lump of coal.
FBI wouldn't share the info, huh?
Oh no, I got it. But it's just a bunch of numbers. 8661122241700. It just goes on and on. They have a code breaker working on it, but they haven't gotten anywhere.
Can you email it to me?
Oh, so you're a code cracker now?
I'm not working. I've got to fill my time somehow, right?
Aren't you literally in the middle of a huge Christmas festival? Why not just fill your time with that?
Yes, I know. I should be filled with the Christmas spirit, but the one thing I wanted Santa to bring me was a lead that would crack this case.
I mean, I can see if I can get the FBI guys to let me have a crack at Tirapelli before they move him into federal custody.
No. You should take your own advice and enjoy some Christmas. You've already gone above and beyond for a case that's not even ours anymore.
Hey, that's what partners are for.
Thanks, Tracy. You're the best partner a gal could ask for.
I know. Merry Christmas, Holly.
Merry Christmas.
Tracy hangs up the phone. She types something into her computer, and we see that she's sent Holly an email. She leaves the numbers up on the screen for a minute and stares at them. Then she rummages around a drawer in her desk, pulls out a book, and starts flipping through pages. Interior, festival security room, day. We see Ivan, a big, tough-looking guy dressed all in black, sitting in front of a bank of security monitors. One of them shows Holly approaching the building. A phone rings.
Hello.
The wife is coming to you.
I see her now.
Do not let her leave. Keep her in the building.
Interior, festival office entrance, day. Holly enters.
Bobby? You in here? George is freaking out without you. Also, I think he might be sweet on Betty. Is that a new thing?
The door makes a loud locking noise. Holly whips around.
What the?
She attempts to try the door, but it won't budge. She pulls out her cell phone.
Right. No signal. Of course.
She puts her phone away.
Bobby? Are you in here? The door just locked behind me.
The intercom crackles to life.
Welcome to the Christmas party. So glad you could stop by.
Hello? Who's there?
See? It is like you do not even know me. You stopped chasing me, so I had to follow you home.
It's you. You're the one Tirapelli was working for.
That is right, Mrs. McTurnan. Or may I call you Holly?
My father-in-law calls me Mrs. McTiernan. My friends call me Holly. You're neither dirtbag. You can call me detective.
Not much of a detective. You could not even find me. I had to come find you.
Keep talking. I'll come find you.
It is not me you should be worried about finding. You should really worry about finding the bomb I have planted somewhere in this building. And you had better hurry, Mrs. McTurnan. There is not much time left.
Camera zooms in on Holly's face as her eyes blaze with anger. Interior, mystery location, day. We are in the same tiny dark room from the last break, and the digital timer continues counting down. End Act 3. Cut to commercial. This section of A Bomb for Christmas featured music from Kevin MacLeod and sounds from various sources, all licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0 license. For more information, check the show notes of this episode. Special thanks to our celebrity cameo, Mignon Fogarty, a.k.a. Grammar Girl, who graciously stepped in to play our mayor. You can find her being the mayor of grammar advice and generally being awesome in her multi-award-winning podcast, Grammar Girl's Quick and Dirty Tips for Better Writing. Also, thanks to the rest of the cast, my lovely wife Danelle as Holly, Emily as Alana, Brendan as Bobby, Kristen as Tracy, Edward as George, Justin as Gurn, and Jeffrey as Russian voice. And special shout out to Jeffrey, that laugh at the end wasn't in the script. Jeffrey just gave me a bunch of evil laughs. And when I heard them, I thought, that's exactly how I want to end this chapter. So thanks very much, Jeffrey. Way to go above and beyond. Speaking of Jeffrey, he was one of the listeners who joined us on the call the other day. Unfortunately, his audio was lost and he isn't going to be in this episode, which is a real shame. He had some great answers to our questions, including a lovely shout out to Kristen, the voice of Tracy in A Bomb for Christmas. Sadly, that wasn't the only technical issue we had. Some people couldn't hear each other and some of the audio got distorted, but I'll be darned if we didn't have ourselves a grand old time. So let's get to the listener part of this listener special. Join me and the listeners who assembled to celebrate our anniversary in a jumbo-sized edition of 5 Golden Things.
5 Golden Things.
Playing the jingles live. All right, let me make sure I do a quick roll call here so everybody can say hello. I'm just going to go with, on the order of my screen, I think it's who joined soonest. So, say hi, John.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And then say hi, Xander.
Hello, Tim Babb. How you doing?
I'm doing amazing. How are you doing?
I am awesome.
Oh, great. Thanks for joining us. Lyle, can you say hey?
Hello, this is Lyle.
Good to have you with us. Glenn, can you give us a hey? You don't really have to do that.
Hey. Hey, Tim. Thanks
Way
for
to be a
having
good sport. Thank you for being here. Monica?
Hi, so excited to be here, everyone.
We are excited to have you. Brandon?
Hello, podcast listeners. Tim, thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. Crystal and or Brian?
It's Brian. I'm here. Hi.
Good to have you here. Jonathan, say hey to the people.
Hello. I'm so excited. I'm smiling. I have the biggest smile right now.
See, we'll never know because it's a podcast, but I believe you.
Thank you.
You sound like you're smiling.
I hope so.
And Lassa?
Hello, how are you doing, everybody? Excellent to be here.
Thank you for joining us, because I heard it's 4 a.m. for you.
Yes.
So
Wow.
we'll try and keep this tight so we don't keep you up any longer. Well, I guess, are you going to go back to bed after this? I assume.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, yeah. So we'll try not to make this too long for you.
Thank you so
And Chrissy,
much.
did you want to say hi?
Oh boy, yeah.
Hi, Chrissy. Thank you for joining us.
Oh boy.
All right, so we're going to ask, normally when I have guests on the show, I ask what I call 5 golden questions, but I'm going to switch it up a little. I mean, I am still going to ask 5 golden questions, but I'm not going to ask the same questions I ask everybody else. I've got special questions just for our 5th anniversary, and we're going to start with... Number 5. What is something you've never done for Christmas that you really want to do? And we'll start with Glenn.
One thing I haven't done for Christmas that I really want to do is actually ride in a 1-horse open sleigh.
Oh, wow. I don't think I've ever done that either. That's a good one. I'm going to just pick somebody else at random. Brian.
Oh, sure, me. Something that I've never done for Christmas that I want to do. I've never actually been in Disneyland at Christmas, and I would really like to do that.
I've never been on Christmas Day, but I've been often for the season, and it is magical. Sorry, not to brag. Especially in a year when it's probably not going to happen for a lot of people. John.
Oh, hey. I would like to go caroling.
Oh, you've never done caroling?
I've done it by myself, but I'm a shy singer, so...
Yeah, it is much more fun in a group of people because things just get silly by the end of the night. Yeah. Especially, during the parts...
In my case, it would hide how bad I am.
Monica.
Ooh, I would like to go ice skating downtown with the Christmas music and decorations.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how
That's
to ice
fun.
skate, though, but I'd want to do that.
A lot of places have these little They almost look like, like a walker that like the older people have that actually skates on the ice so you can use it to hold yourself up.
I do need that. Yeah.
When I took my 2 kids, they had those there. And I'm sure they're technically for the kids, but they're not going to stop you if you grab one.
Yeah.
Xander.
Something I'd love to do kind of wraps up with what I've heard before is I'd love to visit New York during Christmas. Just see all the stores, skate at the Rockefeller Center, see the tree. I mean, that's just something I'd love to do. And like you said, Tim, it's probably not going to happen this year.
Lyle.
One thing I've never done for Christmas is eat fruitcake, and I am oddly fascinated as to what that tastes like. But I don't like things that have fruit in it. So, I mean, I don't like pie because it has fruit in it. And I don't know, just oddly fascinated by it.
I feel like you have to find somebody else who's having fruitcake and just be like, hey, can I have a couple bites of that?
Yeah.
I, too, have never had fruitcake, and that is something I would like to try at some point. Because it's so maligned by so many people. Yeah, we can go halvesies on a fruitcake if we're ever together for Christmas.
Totally.
Sounds good.
Jonathan.
I would definitely echo other people's answers of going to Disney World or New York City. But as I'm staying home this year, I'm going to say I would have never had a train, like a little model train going around the bottom of my tree. I think that would be really adorable.
That is good.
I got a big reaction. That was nice.
I've never.
It's one of those things. Like,
it was shocking.
Because it's attainable, but something like you just never think to do.
And it would have to be really wide to accommodate all the presents too.
Indeed.
That's true.
You build tunnels out of the presents.
Or you could just shaft people on presents and just put the tree, put this tight a train around it as you want. Lassa?
All right. Also, a lot of my wishes on your lists, dear people. So I had to come up with something new. And what I came up with is, in some parts of Germany, it is common tradition to eat Vienna sausages with potato salad on Christmas Eve. And that's something I want to do too one day.
That's delicious.
I mean, it doesn't help that I'm hungry now, because that sounds great. Brandon, what do you got?
I love the image of Santa in like a Hawaiian shirt or, reindeer underneath a palm tree. So I would love to go to someplace warm for Christmas. I'm from Baltimore, so I've done cold and, there's been snow, but I've never, had to use sunscreen on Christmas Day.
That is mine. I would like to go to Hawaii for Christmas, even though I'm from California and it's still fairly warm here for Christmas compared to the rest of the country. But yes, Hawaii. I would love to be, have that Bing Crosby Melikalikimaka Christmas.
Yes, every version of that song playing on loop.
I've done that, kind of.
You've done that, and is it everything you dream it would be?
It's weird. Let me say that it's weird.
Well, Lassa raves. It's weird. Try it now.
It was a cruise.
Last but not least, Chrissy.
I have always wanted to go to Hawaii for Christmas, and then when Disney had their hotel thing, I think that would be the perfect place to go. So I would like to wrap that all up on one Christmas.
That's a good idea.
Pun intended.
Yeah, I meant that.
Moving smoothly along to
number 4.
What's the Christmas movie that you watch when you get to pick and you're all like, you don't have to, like, this is a movie you pick when you're all alone. Like, you don't have to decide like, oh, are the kids going to like it? Are the parents going to like it? Are my relatives going to like it? The friends who are over? If you're by yourself and you just get to pick a Christmas movie to watch on your own. Like for me, it's like often the family's gone to bed and I'm still in a Christmas mood and I want to put on a movie. What movie would you pick to put on? And let's start in a different order this time. Well, since she was last time, I'll let her go first this time. Chrissy.
This is probably a favorite thing, a Hallmark movie. It was about 4 years ago. It's called Seasons of Miracles. It's about a girl that takes her nieces and nephews and runs away and pretends to be somebody else. And everything turns out good. Of course, it's a Hallmark movie. But it's kind of cool. But nobody else would watch it with me. So it'd definitely be my own.
Nice. Trying to go in a random order. Monica.
Charlie Brown Christmas. Classic.
Nice. Classic. I feel like no one's going to fight you on that, though, if you want to watch it with somebody.
It's depressing for some of my friends, so they're like Charlie Brown's fat all the time. But it's really cozy, so.
Brian?
Okay, I'm going to get a little weird then. This may not be on anyone else's list, but 1959's K. Gordon Murray's Santa Claus, also known as Santa Claus versus the Devil.
Nice.
If you've never seen this, you need to see it. Santa Claus lives in a space castle where he has mechanical reindeer and children of the world making presents for him instead of elves. Merlin the magician helps him with his magic, and the devil is trying to stop him by making children be bad on Earth. It is wonderful.
That movie was bad.
Define bad, really.
Well, it was on Mystery Science Theater, and
it was,
and also Riff Tracks did it.
Everyone's done it. It is so wonderful.
Yes.
Now, does it pass the Linus test? Because you would be the one who'd know.
Yeah, that's true. I did originate the Linus test. Thank you very much. And I have to think about it. No, it does not. I'm pretty sure.
All right, next up, Lassa, what would you watch when you're all by yourself?
Well, okay, if you're familiar with Lyle's and my show, you know that I have a sick, twisted sense of humor. And that's why my go-to Christmas movie when I'm alone and everybody else has left, I just put on good old Tim Burton's Batman Returns.
Yes.
Of course you'd pick
it's a
that
solid
one.
Choice.
Thank you very much.
Jonathan.
Oh, I would go with this Christmas special from the early 90s called Noel. It's about a sentient Christmas ornament. And
I don't know
his
that one.
sort of trials and tribulations of being hung on the tree and put away each year and like being put in storage and stuff. And it's really hokey, but it's really, really heartfelt.
Nice.
Sounds cute.
Yeah, it sounds kind of like a Toy Story for ornaments.
Yeah, much more bleak, but yeah.
Oh, fantastic. And just to make things confusing, I'm going to go from Jonathan to John.
Sweet. I had a tough time, but It's a Wonderful Life.
That's been mine, actually.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're allowed to take mine. I don't count in this questionnaire.
It's actually, my wife can't stand older movies, so if I'm got like 3 hours to where there's no one around me, I'll watch it.
Well, that's increasingly hard these days.
Yes.
People are always there. Brandon?
So I love all the deep cuts that everybody has, but I'm going to be kind of boring. And like when quarantine started, I started watching Christmas movies again, and the first one I picked up was Elf.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I guess that's basically how all of us feel during quarantine. Will Ferrell screaming.
Lyle?
If I'm by myself, I like to watch the really dumb movies, so I'd go with like Jingle All the Way.
We still have to do that, Ron, for the show.
We do have to do that.
Said
one.
you could eat my cookies.
It's so bad, it's good.
Put the cookie down now. Sorry.
And Sinbad, huge fan. Love Sinbad.
Yeah.
I opened for Sinbad once.
Oh, nice.
He was a super nice guy.
Yeah.
He did like 7 shows, and every show was completely different. It was just him riffing with the audience. I'm like, this guy's hilarious, and he's not even doing written material.
Yeah,
I was
he's
very
awesome.
impressed. Xander.
Oh, I've got an off the chart one too. I don't get to watch it too often, but it's a movie from 1966 called The Christmas That Almost Wasn't.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's heard of that.
I've heard of that.
It's just one of those really hokey ones, but it is just, well, it was actually meant for kids, but I just found it just kind of gets to you.
I think I've heard of it.
Like, I've heard of it, but I've definitely never seen it. But maybe I shall give it a try.
it's really cheesy because it was recorded, or there's Italian actors, and then it was dubbed in, so the mouth is just off a bit from the speaking. So it's just really, it's one of those movies that you just kind of sit back, laugh, and having a good time with.
Yeah, it's good.
Nice. And last but not least, Glenn.
I actually watch White Christmas.
Solid. That's a solid. I mean, that as classics go, that is classic as you get.
Yeah. Can't beat Bing.
That's right, baby.
Hey, Ghost of Bing Crosby, get out of here.
Oh, sorry, baby.
Where'd he come from? All right, let's move on to number 3. The first Christmas song you listen to each year. Now, I know if you're listening to this podcast, the first Christmas song you listen to each year is probably whatever you're playing January 1st and then continuing to play all year long. But let's say once Thanksgiving passes, or I guess since we're international, once it's late November, once the official Christmas season is kicked off, when you're like, let's put on some Christmas music, what is the song you use to kick off the season? And we will start this time with John.
It's really between two, but it's going to be Bing Crosby's It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas. I have to do that one first because I'm like, all right, everyone, just now that it's Christmas time, everyone has to celebrate.
Just a starter. Lyle.
Let's see. My favorite, it would probably have to be a Charlie Brown's Christmas. Christmas Time Is Here. That has to be it.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Sorry if I take it from anybody. That's like an obvious choice, but it's a great song.
You're allowed to repeat answers. There's no rule that says a dog can't play basketball. So just remember that. I live my life by the rules of Air Bud. Good pick. Glenn.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, usually I'm listening to Christmas music all the time, but I think in late November it has to be Bing, but not the same song. It's I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas.
Good one.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me go down my list here. Lassa.
All right. I hate to break with some traditions here, but I guess the first Christmas song I always put on every year is Danny Elfman's "What's This" from Nightmare Before Christmas.
I mean, that's a great segue from the last holiday to the next holiday. So, I mean, that seems perfect.
Yes, indeed.
That would be my daughter's choice.
Yes.
Jonathan.
Oh, I actually do have like a starting point of the Christmas music season. Like, specifically November 8th, I start listening to Christmas music. And usually I'll get up in the morning and I'll listen to the She and Him Christmas album. The very first one, and the first song on that is the Christmas Waltz, and it's so pretty.
Oh, I love the Christmas Waltz.
Yeah, this version is so nice and like delicate, and like, yeah, I listen to it like walking to work in the morning. It's so nice.
Cool. Xander.
I'm going to keep with the tradition of Bing because when I was younger, my parents had an 8-track tape. I mean, it shows you how old I am. 8-track tape of it's of a White Christmas, and I wore that tape out. So basically, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas or Silver Bells by Bing. That's usually what gets me going for the season.
Silver Bells is mine. That's the one I like. For some reason, that one just has stuck with me as it's time to start Christmas.
Oh yeah, and the duet and the way they interact, the chorus and the verse together, it just gives you the Christmas feels and gets you right in the mood.
Yes, indeed.
Whenever you say Bing, I keep thinking of a search engine.
Hey Tim, there you go. That's what the imaginary character that sounds like Bing. He can be a search engine for you.
Bing, first in Christmas, last in search engines.
Oh my god, that's an amazing tagline.
Oh, jeez.
Brian.
I've got a lot of technicalities involved with that first, because like when you brought up Nightmare Before Christmas, we start listening to that before Halloween. So I don't think that can really count. I think that the first one that our whole family would consider to be the first official song of the Christmas season would be from the very old Fleischer cartoon Christmas Comes But Once a Year. That's the one that has Grampy from the Betty Boop cartoons. He comes
Very
across
good
the orphanage.
That's a great one.
That all the orphans, they don't have any toys, so he breaks into the orphanage and makes toys for them out of garbage and dresses himself up as Santa Claus. And all of the orphans sing this song that goes, Christmas comes up once a year, now it's here, now it's here, Christmas.
Now it's here, now it's here.
Bringing lots of joy and cheer, tra la 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 la. And that's like our theme for the whole season.
Can we all go back through and sing ours?
You better.
I'm not sure what kind of licensing we'd have to pay for that, so
It's public domain.
Just like Steamboat Willie.
not yet. Not quite yet. Monica.
Oh, I love Baby It's Cold Outside. Because I'm up in north, so I'm up in Canada, and it gets cold like mid-October, and it's before Halloween, so that's like my signal. Even though Halloween's upcoming, I could still celebrate Christmas.
I like whatever is your green light is your green light to sell red and green light, as it were. Brandon.
So every year I have an iPod Nano that has just Christmas music on it. So
Ooh.
I am full on Christmas. You know, it gets earlier each year, but you know, the first song I pick when I get that Nano, you know, out of storage is It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas, but it's the Michael Bublé version.
Oh, that is a good version. I do love Michael Bublé for some
That's
Christmas.
a lovely version.
That's a great album. Just the whole thing. You start with that song and just go all the way through the album. And like, that's like a really good way to start the season.
I didn't burn that CD onto my iPod for the longest time, so I just had it in the van, and I would just listen to it I'd be like, well, it's time for some Bublé today. And that would be any time of year.
If I'm doing a Christmas in July party, I still pick this song to start off the playlist.
Nice. Solid pick. Sorry to make you last twice, Chrissy, but Chrissy.
It's that time of year when the world falls in love. Sorry to say I don't know the title, but I know it's Nancy Wilson.
That's the Christmas waltz.
That's the Christmas waltz.
I knew that, not.
Because I think I even said on the show once, at some point in the song, she says, this song of mine in 3/4 time wishes you and yours the same thing too. And I always thought she was saying that her song was only 3/4 as long as the average Christmas song. Like she was getting you in there and getting you out of there faster. But 3/4 time is what a waltz does.
Well, thank you. Now I know why she says that.
Yeah. See, we're learning a lot here today. And that leads us to number 2. What's the best present you ever gave somebody? So not the best present you ever got, but the best present you ever gave somebody else. Like either made you feel the best by giving it, or you saw that they got the most joy out of getting it. And we will start with Xander.
Oh, put me under the spot right away.
That's right. You're number 1. Your feet to the fire. I can handle the truth.
I guess it'd be my mom passed like 5 years ago, and I started back in '94 giving her a traditional Christmas village. So that first one started a tradition of over a couple hundred houses and stuff that she had, that I started with that. And just to look, and every year getting her a house every year, her look never changed. She always loved getting those houses, and I just loved giving them to her.
Nice. That's lovely.
That's wonderful.
All right, everybody. He set the bar high. Hope your answers are classy like that. Brandon,
That's
you're
what you get for putting me under pressure.
So I think you said me next, right, Brandon?
I did indeed.
Okay. So about maybe 10, 12 years ago, I went over a friend's house, and they were going through some tough times. And this couple, they said they didn't have time to go get a Christmas tree. And they're like, this year, we're not worrying about it. It's not a big deal. And I just thought, every house should have a Christmas tree. So I went out and bought a Christmas tree and then left it on their porch lit up for them to wake up to. And I just, left a note, every house should have a Christmas tree at this time of year. So I think a Christmas tree for my friends was the best thing I ever gave.
Okay, Brandon, you win.
Yes.
Very
Like
touching.
if that was a single woman instead of your friend, that's a Hallmark movie right there.
Tell Hallmark. My resume's out there.
All right, Monica.
Mittens from Nova Scotia, because I went to school there for a bit, and there was these mittens that they couldn't use it because it was too stiff, but it was really warm. So you could just wear it and look at it and then feel warm, but not really use it for functionality. But it was really warm, and they're really nicely decorated.
And who did you give them to?
Oh, sorry, I gave it to my family. My parents, my siblings, and my cousin, and my aunt.
Nice. Brian.
Am I still here even?
Yes, you are.
I am. Oh, good. I was having some really weird computer issues over here, so that's
I have
good.
that effect on people.
Sometimes. The best gift that I ever gave, I got nothing, because I always think that I just give the worst gifts, but people tell me that I give great gifts. I'll go back to when I was 12 years old, the first time that I bought presents with my own money without anyone knowing that I had bought presents. And I went and I bought my mother the biggest, cheapest, I won't even say bottle, I'll say bucket of perfume that they had at the drugstore. Yeah. And I mean, she loved it. She raved about it. And, oh no, she was gonna save it for a special occasion. And I was so proud. Why is everyone laughing?
A wonderful mother.
Yes.
Chrissy.
When I was real young, my sister and I would go and tell each other what we wanted for Christmas. Well, one time she really wanted these beautiful shoes for a prom right after Christmas. And so I bought it, and she was just so thrilled. It was just so much fun to make sure that you got the best. So it was cool.
Nice. John? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Did we lose John? Well, let's circle back to John and see if we can check in with him later. In the meantime, Lyle.
All right. I've given out a lot of good presents, but because he's here, I'm going to throw him under the bus and tell this one. It would be the present that I gave to my co-host, Lassa. I gave him, to commemorate our first episode, we did a Muppets Christmas Carol, and to commemorate that, when we gave each other presents, I got him a script cover with I think it was, who was it? Paul Williams was the one who did the composing.
Yes.
I got him to sign it, and I gave it to him as a Christmas present. And I think I made him cry.
Yes, he did.
That was nice.
Cry baby.
Cry baby.
Thank you again so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Glenn?
This was probably a few years ago. My sister was a older teenager. She was thinking of becoming a vet. So one Christmas, I gave her a polar bear.
Oh, nice.
In actuality, I gave her a certificate. It was a polar bear certificate for the World Wildlife Club.
I assumed you meant like a stuffed polar bear. I didn't think you actually gave her a real.
I thought so too.
No, she did get a little stuffed polar bear, but yes, there was a polar bear certificate that would go towards saving.
Bring this to any
wildlife.
zoo and you can redeem for one polar bear.
Yes, exactly. My brother told me I could get one.
Lassa.
Okay, I think my pick would be, I'm the oldest of four brothers, and the one that comes after me, we wanted, it was in the time before Christmas, and we were in an electronic shop just to get something, and he was complaining about the fact that he didn't have a Blu-ray player yet, him and his girlfriend. And I actually took that to heart, and got him a Blu-ray player for Christmas, something he actually really, really needed. And yeah, he was really happy about that.
Nice. And last but not least, Jonathan.
I am going to say, just because we were playing with it today, I have a little kid who's about to turn 3, and I got her Mr. Potato Head, like a vintage Mr. Potato Head, and we've had a lot of fun playing with it. So,
does it sound like Don Rickles when you leave the room?
I really hope not.
All right, now it's time for everybody's favorite part of the 5 golden things.
Honorable mentions.
Not really. So this is the part. This is the part where, since you guys were nice enough to come on the show, I will give you a time to shout out anybody you would like to say hi to. Give a special Christmas in July greeting. Just whatever shout. If you have something that you are doing that you'd like to plug, this would be a time to do it. I have a sneaking suspicion what Lyle and Lassa might plug, but. But yeah, whatever you want to give a shout out to, now is your chance, and we'll start where we ended last time. Jonathan.
I'm going to shout out my friend Isaac. I just sent him a text yesterday that was like, do you want to record some guitar on these Christmas songs I'm writing in the middle of July? And he's not a big Christmas guy, and he was still like, yes, I will do that. So
nice. Lassa?
I would like to give a big shout out, of course, to my co-host Lyle, because he's awesome and he does a lot of work for our podcast. Big shout out to my family who puts up with my BS every year, and to my dear friend Felicitas, who was a guest on my own show a couple of times, and she's really cool. So yeah, all of those people. Hey, hello there. I think of you every day.
Awesome. The best part about the first shout out is he heard it real time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brandon.
I'd like to give a shout out to my godkids, Gabriel, Brooke, and Elijah, and their siblings as well, Sarah and Lily. I'd like to give a shout out to my mom as well for always making Christmas extra special growing up. And if anyone is out there looking for something to watch on for Christmas in July, I'm a video editor and I work for a show called Maryland Farm and Harvest. And if you go on YouTube and look up Maryland Farm and Harvest, you can watch last year's holiday special in full on YouTube.
Ooh. Or if you were to email me a link, I could put it in the show notes of this episode.
I could do that too.
Christmas@tancast.com.
Expect that soon.
Awesome. Monica.
Oh, yeah, I would love to shout out to Amy V. She is my classmate, and we connected over a love for Christmas. Thank you for continuously counting down to Christmas with me.
Oh, awesome. Brian.
Well, I guess I'll just do plain old self-promotion. I operate under the name of CaptainSlinkysWeirdLamps. I do a live stream on Twitch 5 days a week where I make weird lamps out of broken lamps and broken toys and broken knickknacks. It's basically like a weird mashup of Santa Claus's workshop and Sid from Toy Story's bedroom. And we just have a grand old time every day from 4 till 6. Captain Slinky's Weird Lamps. Check me out, yo.
That's another link you might be able to find in the show notes.
Yay!
And now, recipient of a previous shout out, Lyle.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to you'll like this, Tim. Me and Lassa, we do have another podcast. It's a 90s Christmas podcast where we talk about 90s Christmas stuff. My daughter listens to it. She listens to your show too, and I always tell her, "Hey, what's your favorite Christmas show?" And she always says it's yours. So when she listens to this, hey, what's up, Callie? How you doing? You're listening to me on your favorite podcast, Christmas podcast.
Ha! He snuck in. He's taken over.
So yeah, hi, Callie. Love you. Bye.
Unfortunately, it looks like John is not back with us, so I will move on to Chrissy.
I would like to shout out to my cutest grandsons because they have the cutest parents. But I wish you could see them. They're just too cute. I wish I could see them. Come on, get rid of this virus.
For reals. Glenn.
Well, I'm going to do a shameless plug. So
do it.
I'd like to thank everybody for listening to my podcast, Seasons Eatings. I just started a couple months ago, so slowly getting there. Not 5 years like you, Tim.
If we were looking for it online, we would go to...
You would go, goodness.
Got to work on your plug game, man. You'd be like, go to blah-blah-blah.com.
Where you find all your lovely podcasts.
You would check the internet.
Well, yes, a podcast would generally be on the internet. That's fair enough. We will definitely put a link to the show notes in that put a link in the show notes to that. You know what? The words while there, IKEA that yourself and assemble that sentence. And last but not least, Xander.
Oh, I'd just like to give a shout out to all the podcasters that are here with us today, like especially Tim and Glenn and Lassa and Lyle and any other ones I don't recognize. Also to My Merry Christmas too for bringing me into knowing all you guys. We do have that Christmas in July, that rebroadcast of the Tracking Santa, which Tim and I both have hours on. So just tune in on December. Not quite yet. No, July 23rd, and we'll be rebroadcasting that all. So it's a great time. It's fun putting them together, right, Tim?
Yes, and I mean, it is fun. I always take too long to put mine together. Sorry about that. I will be better this year. And also, I will try and get this episode out early this month, because otherwise we're going to, yes, you told us in the room, but nobody else, this will play after that rebroadcast.
You know, I didn't quite think of that. So
that's the problem with recording early and releasing later.
Exactly.
Speaking of which, I'll be on tomorrow doing a live chat on mymerrychristmas.com. So at 3 p.m. Pacific time, instead of listening to my voice, you can see me type things.
Yay.
So 3 to
and I'll
I think
be
it's
there
3 to
on
it's
Monday,
6 o'clock Eastern.
6 o'clock.
Oh, will you?
Yeah, Glenn's going to be there too.
Sweet. But at this point, if you're listening to this episode once it airs, you can just go to the link in the show notes and see what I typed, because I think they archive them afterwards, right?
Yes.
All right. This went faster than I thought, but it's already time for...
Wait a minute. Are you reading the chats?
I am not. I'm sorry. My screen is... Oh,
there's
John...
a chat.
Yeah, there's a chat window at the bottom of our screen, and John says,
I'm on my wife's
I'm not
computer.
sure-
It locked screen an hour ago, I think. So.
Oh wow! So let's get John's answers for the last couple questions. John said, "I'm not sure why I can't hear Tim. I'm horrible with giving gifts. But I'm good at giving bad gifts. Gave my siblings coal for approximately 5 straight years." And John wanted to shout out to his wife, Marissa, and his friend, Tim Harrell. So, shout out. That's a classic shout out joke. Thank you, John. I'm sorry we can't hear you anymore, but it's good to know you're still here with us in Christmas spirit. But now for realsies. Number 1. This is, what would you like us to cover on Can't Wait for Christmas that we haven't covered or haven't covered to your satisfaction in the past? So it sounds more accusatory than I meant it to be, but like if you're like, oh, I would like to expand more on something you've already done, or this is a topic you haven't breached yet and I would like you to talk about it. And we will start with Lyle.
Starting with me. Okay. I think, I don't know. Have you ever done anything with Christmas paintings? Like Thomas Kincaid stuff?
No.
Maybe there's a topic for you.
That's interesting. See, that's the cool thing about running a Christmas podcast is, it is visual, but you still end up learning things that you didn't know about. You have to research things that you didn't really know about, so you end up learning more about Christmas. So if you're really into Christmas, I recommend starting a Christmas podcast. It's really helpful to learn more about Christmas. I mean, many people on this call have already done it.
Be warned, there's a rabbit hole.
So
to
I would
go
do
down.
that.
Thought that would be a bigger laugh. John? Chrissy hit John up in the chat room, and John is typing now. We'll see what his answer is. You know what? I will go to the next one. Then after he types it, we'll get John's answer. But let's go with. Hang on, Xander.
How about like Christmas parody songs? I mean, like either Stan Freberg or Bob Rivers or stuff like that. Just I don't know if there's anything to research on with that, but just how they come up with it, the stories behind them, or stuff like that.
Sure, and also Weird Al, the king of parodies, has at least 2 Christmas songs.
I was just about to say that.
I don't know how I forgot about him. I mean, he's just like the king of parodies. So I mean, shame on me for forgetting him.
No, I mean technically they're more novelty songs. They aren't parodies of other existing songs. So I could see, like, I immediately thought of Weird Al, but then I have to walk it back because it's not like he took Jingle Bells and wrote something else.
Yeah, exactly. I'm meaning that too. I mean, not just necessarily parodies, but the novelty ones too. Because you got Grandma got run over by a reindeer, and just the novelty songs, just some of the histories behind that. So,
John is still typing, so let's go with Brian.
Mine is another one of those rabbit hole type of things, but something that would examine the entire rich tapestry that starts in the Air Bud movies and ends at Santa Paws 2, The Santa Buddies, which is a crossover of epic proportions.
The end game of Christmas.
Yeah, you got to watch the whole thing to get the whole story. I think it's 12 movies in all. I mean, they say that the Marvel Cinematic Universe was ambitious. No, this is a story.
I mean, that is definitely a possibility.
That's not going to happen, is it? There isn't going to be an episode.
I mean, that's definitely not going to be a later part of the year show. That's definitely an April show. Glenn.
I think one thing you could do is your favorite Christmas episodes of TV specials.
Oh, you know what? I almost did a top 5 on that a couple weeks ago, but then I think I switched out for something COVID related because so much of that has been topical, and I was like, well, I'll do that. But yeah, my mom gave me this stack of DVDs for Christmas, and it's all Christmas episodes of different shows, and I was going to go through my top 5 just off of those DVDs, which was still like a ton of them.
Or you could just do the Star Wars Christmas special, and that'd be the whole show.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
I already did an episode of the Star Wars Christmas festival. Star Wars Christmas special.
Yes.
Did you do it?
It's already affected his tongue.
Did you do it entirely in Wookiee?
No, but that is where the imaginary character who sounds suspiciously like Darth Vader came from.
Yeah.
He hasn't been on the show in a while. Maybe we'll bring him back. Monica.
I just started the podcast a few days ago, but I browsed through what you had already, and maybe something on international traditions.
Yes, that is definitely something in the pipeline. That is definitely going to happen. That's been something I need to do that, but I need to research it better than they do it differently in other countries. Don't ask me why I sound like Gomer Pyle.
Yeah. Christmas in Mayberry.
Brandon?
So, Tim, you do such a great job every single month with these shows, so it's kind of hard to think of something you haven't covered yet. But I was trying to think of something, and this image of a red truck with a tree in the back of the pickup truck is so iconic to the holiday. And I would love to know where that image came from, because it's like a very specific truck. It looks like it might be from the 50s. I'd love to know who was the first company to use that in an ad, why it stuck around. I mean, in the Hallmark movies, Christmas and Evergreen, that truck is kind of a character. It's in all 4 of the movies. That's like their Marvel universe, because they do a new one every year. But if you could find out where that originated from and why it's stuck around, I think that'd be really interesting.
That is a good one, because I wondered the same thing myself. One of my neighbors down the street actually has one of those red trucks. Like, they don't drive it; it just sits in their driveway all year. But then on Christmas, they put a fake Santa in there, and that lights up, and then they put a tree in the back, and then they have a miniature one that's also in their front garden that they put a Christmas tree in. And I'm always like, why? Like, when did red trucks and Christmas trees get married? Like, I understand you got to take your Christmas tree home from the lot in something, but is everybody doing it in a red truck?
That's a very specific image, and it comes back every single year.
Yeah, that's a good one. This just in from our chat room. John says, I don't know of a specific topic I would like to hear about, but I love when Tim does a little skit like that one in the Visit from St. Nicholas episode. Oh, yes. That was the one where I was pretended to be the guy who wrote it, coming home, getting the idea. Yeah. That one takes
all your imaginary listeners that's kind of sound like them to do all that. Those are fun too.
Oh, okay. I mean, A Bomb for Christmas has kind of taken up most of my skit writing energy for this year, but that's definitely something for 2021. And Chrissy.
Hi, I would like to hear two things. What do other people do Christmas Eve and Christmas morning? Like, we used to come back from midnight mass and get to open one present. And then in the morning, we had to make sure that certain things were done before we could open our presents. And the second thing, I want to know more about other people's cookies and desserts. I'm just ready to eat them all.
Look how popular that was. Did you hear the crowd? Oh.
Feed me.
Feed me, Seymour.
Lassa.
Okay, I want to expand on the tradition stuff, and I want you to find the most obscure, weird, and bizarre Christmas traditions you can find and cover them on your show.
Yes. I feel like that might be stepping on the toes of Weird Christmas, or maybe I can invite him on the show.
There you go.
And do and speaking of the Marvel Universe, a crossover event.
Yes.
But that's good. Yes, weird tradition. Like, every so often I'll be like I did a guest on Christmas Past last year. They talked about the Christmas pickle ornament and like where that, and like, what? Where did that come? What? And then it turned out it was just a random marketing thing. Most likely that, like, someone accidentally made a Christmas pickle and they tried to sell it. So they tried to sell it as this old timey tradition. And then they asked it of a certain country, and they asked the people of that country, like, no, we never do that.
That's terrible.
Last but not least, Jonathan, close us out.
Okay. I was thinking this Christmas season might be difficult due to quarantine and COVID concerns and stuff like that. So maybe some sort of like Christmassy, like self-care tips for like looking out for yourself, keeping your spirits up, or alternately like some sort of like Christmassy tips for looking out for your neighbor or friends or things like that.
You guys are so much better at writing my show than I am.
So
they don't delete their notes.
So that's why you did this special episode.
Yep. Ha! Now all your ideas are mine.
So do we already have Christmas face masks?
I mean, I have one.
You have it on your site.
Yeah, actually, some people have ordered them. But yeah, mine says do not open until Christmas. And then I have one of our Santa that I use in a lot of stuff that also matches. I have a shirt with that Santa on it, and I like to wear them together.
Oh, very cute.
I guess for Santa Claus, his face mask is just his beard.
Yeah, that's what it pretty much just looks like, a random beard if I don't wear it with something else. So you go like, oh, I get it. Well, everybody, thank you so much for being a part of this 5th anniversary special and dealing with all the technical hiccups and whatnot. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Tim.
This was
Thank
fun.
you all. It was fun.
Thank you all.
This was awesome.
Yeah. Nice talking with you all.
Bye.
Merry
Bye.
Christmas in July, and to
Merry
all a
Christmas
good
in July.
summer.
Thank you.
Sure.
And that's our show for today. Again, thank you to all our listeners, especially Jeffrey, whose audio we lost, and John, who got cut off halfway through, and Monica, whose audio got distorted, and Jonathan, who had to stay on the call an extra 45 minutes so we could get his audio. Sorry for all the bugs. When we do something like this again, I'll try to figure out a less glitchy way to do it. Oh, be sure and check out Lyle and Lassa on It's a 90s Christmas podcast, and you can hear Glenn on the Seasons Eatings podcast, watch the Maryland Farm and Harvest Christmas episode that Brandon talked about, and check out Brian on Captain Slinky's Weird Lamps. All links will be in the show notes of this episode. Also, be sure to listen to the Grandma Girl podcast, and be sure and tell Grandma Girl thanks for stopping by Port Caldwell. Also, I've been spreading the Christmas joy around this month. I was on the Totally Rad Christmas podcast talking about the classic Christmas movie, Superman.
How is Superman a Christmas movie? Well, imaginary listener, that sounds kind of like Kermit the Frog. You'll just have to listen and find out. Fortunately for you, there's a link in the show notes. Also, the chat I did for My Merry Christmas is archived and available in the My Merry Christmas forums. Once again, link in the show notes. And if you're listening to this episode when it drops, you might still have time to listen to the rebroadcast of the Tracking Santa special on Kringle Radio. My segments should be on at noon Disneyland time, July 23rd and 24th. You can find a link to that in, you guessed it, the show notes. Hopefully that's enough Christmas Tim to last you till August, so we'll see you then. And in the meantime, you old believers, keep laughing all the way.
And that was Christmas 1983.
Actually, Dad, it's 2020.
Oh.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Can't Wait for Christmas podcast. If you like what you hear, please subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, or wherever you get your podcasts. Remember, if you leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, aka iTunes, and email us about it at christmas@10cast.com, we'll send you a free Can't Wait for Christmas sticker. If you'd like to see the show notes or leave a comment on this or any other episodes, you can go to our official website, can'twaitforchristmaspod.com. While you're there, you'll find a link to our official Zazzle store, where you can grab customizable t-shirts, ornaments, stickers, and all sorts of other Christmas-themed items all year long. We'd love to connect with you on social media. On Facebook and Instagram, we are Can't Wait for Christmas Pod. And on Twitter, we are @ChristmasPod. We Wish You a Merry Christmas was performed by the United States Marine Corps Band, and this amazing version of Jingle Bells on the accordion was performed by the wonderful and talented Christian Nowicki. All other music and sounds used in this episode are the properties of their individual copyright holders, and they are used for purposes of commentary and review. No infringement is intended. Okay, boys, did I forget anything?
God bless us, everyone.
Merry Christmas!
Recording. Bum, 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 bum. We're officially recording.
Okay.
All right. For legal purposes, I would like to say that we are officially recording this conversation to be broadcast later on the Can't Wait for Christmas podcast. If you're still on this recording, I assume you're okay with that.
Oh, yeah.
Seems odd that you would have dialed in if you weren't.
Quick question, what is a podcast?
Nice one, Lassie.
Thank you.
That's the thing. Nobody knows. All right. So I'm just going to kick it off here in as awkward a fashion as possible, as I do. All right. Well, it's time to get to the listener special of this listener. No. There was an outtake.
Yay, we get to be part of an outtake. Woohoo!
Luke or Lyle. I can't read my own handwriting. See, I wrote them all on a list so I could check off who goes and who hasn't gone. But wow, that's amazing. Lyle, let's try that.
I've been called tons of stuff, but never Luke. I've never had Luke.
I didn't put enough of a tail on my Y, and so it looked like a Luke. Yes, it was only like a year ago that I found out he was saying Hawaii's way of saying Merry Christmas. I always thought it was a wise way.
Wow. I think I'm just learning that.
Blown.
Exactly. Yes. See, I saw it written out somewhere, and I'm like, wait, what?
Captain Christmas? Is that what you said? Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
That's a Marvel movie.
Exactly.
Captain Christmas versus Captain Marvel. Coming 2025. Yes, we've officially run out of ideas.
Yet somehow it still makes $1 billion.